Want to find out how this half of the month is panning out for your zodiac sign and how to get the best out of it? Come and join YILDIZ Readings 5D and we'll have a look. A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology, soul coaching, twin flame path and more. I am live weekly, so please click the bell and subscribe. And if you do want more creative content like this, come and join the tribe. Now for the join button, the link is directly below on the main page. You do get exclusive Your Eyes Only content, twin flame coaching, pro-release content and the extension reads. Without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll see you every Friday. Take care guys. Hi beautiful Scorpio, we're here to do your astrology as well as your tarot reading. For those of you that don't know, I am a psychic medium and I cover astrology for your ascension path. Now let's have a look at the energy coming in for the eclipse, the solar eclipse, because we are doing this video based on both May and June, either side of each eclipse. Now, as I mentioned, I have pulled the cards and I'm looking at both your astrology and your cards, and it's quite like you're looking at connections, you're looking at heart center connections, you're looking at, this could be your contracts at work, and especially because of where the eclipse is landing, there could be a subject matter where you're trying to convince yourself. Now you may be telling yourself that something is coming to an end, and that may be a financial situation, it might be you are upskilling in an area of work and expertise and it's coming to a close. You also may be feeling as though you have been maybe needing to build upon your assets and not wanting to sever ties with people even if you feel you've outgrown it. Now, it doesn't have to be that you're directly leaving a place of employment, but for some of you, you could really be hearing from people from the past reflecting back upon your career sector and that of what you've been building upon as the years have gone by and where you stand in the matrix of that situation where you are now. There could be some nervousness surrounding that domain. I'm not necessarily feeling it's a very bad thing. I'm feeling you are directly going in the right direction, but you may need to give it a few weeks either side. Now, I do feel the correlation is really Jupiter at the moment. Due to the fact Jupiter is in the house of Pisces, it's making a conversation piece to the eclipse. Although Jupiter is occurring through this eclipse, it's currently the South Node. We have the South Node at the moment in the house of Sagittarius. We have the eclipse occurring in Sagittarius. And we also have Juno in retrograde in the house of Sagittarius, which is relating to, how we go into connections and how they're resonating with us. So with your zodiac, I'm seeing there is a lot of heavy activation from your second house. Now, this can be self-esteem based. It can be really looking at, is this your path? Is this your values? Is it your conditioning and your lineage of their values? Or is what you're doing right now relating to you? Is it for the bigger picture of your family? So it's really stepping back from that fire and having a good look. But you may find, again, this can be a very lucrative time. Now, this can be for brand new contracts, brand new beginnings. We're doing both polarities at the moment. Being that it is a full moon, it's really ushering in that close out of an old cycle and ushering in a brand new one. And because it's at 5 degrees, it's like we've already got our foot in that brand new door, but we've got to close and tie things up. So it can feel a little bit stressful through this process of getting the ball rolling. Some of you, yes, you may be working and actually studying. Others of you are looking at the bigger picture of where you're going due to the fact that we have Jupiter and Pisces. Now, Pisces connects into your 5th house. Now, this can be creative ventures. It may be, are you having enough time to actually balance? Are you working too hard and not getting a social life? You're looking at the healthy balance, but it might not have allowed you to do such. And so your viewpoint of this whole perspective right now may completely do a 360. So the tough point is the square it's making to Jupiter. You may initially feel almost like you can't do everything, and that's okay as well. It's okay to say, hey, we're not quite where we need to be, But these are long-term goals we're looking at, and that's what we've got to be really gentle with ourselves at this point. Do we see ourselves doing the things we're doing in a long-term standpoint? And if we don't, what are we going to do to turn that ship around so that we can get on back to that new storyline that we're creating? I do feel a lot of stress around you due to the fact that we have Pluto retrograde. From the full moon in Scorpio, I did mention in the astrology video, just purely for the collective, which you can find on the main page at YILDIZ Readings 5D, and I'll try and remember to put it inside of this video. I did mention all the way back to the full moon in Scorpio, because we needed to understand from where we were coming to where we're going and why all of these things have been playing out. So do feel free to go and have a look at that video if you want to make some sense of why we are feeling the way we're feeling. Because we have Mercury retrograding, don't be surprised if you are misinterpreting what is being said. There's cross wires, your schedule may go haywire. And again, I am seeing a lot of paperwork. Now, with the 8th house, how somebody else feels and how another is feeling, again, I'm getting cross wires coming through there. But I also feel documentation is going to be a huge theme in the next 3 to 4 weeks for you guys. And due to the fact that we're going to have Mercury in retrograde, it's really important to read that fine print. Make sure we understand what we're entering into in a contractual sense if we're starting anything new. And if you can delay that contract, you know, not all of us can do that. We are living in the real world and these things do happen for a reason. But sometimes we just don't know what we're moving into, and that can be the confusion. I do feel during this time there can be a lot of gossip, and it might be environmental. There may be environmental issues relating to the people around you and how they're directly impacting you building trust with these individuals. So it's really about healthy boundaries, really honing in on those individuals in your life and finding those, you know, really rock-orientated people that are there for you. And I always say during these transits, it's almost like we've all got one of those phone numbers in our phone where they're going to tell us our self-fulfilling prophecies. You know, it's have that good quality backup system, that support system around you where you can say, hey, Mayday, I need a little bit of help. I need a listening ear to talk to. And they're the healthier octane energies to go to. And if you do tend to find that you're moving towards, could be people, friends, family members, where you feel they're not completely going to understand and they're going to tell you the things that you're really not wanting to hear, it's better off to avoid that and to break that pattern, because some of those themes can be playing out as well. So I do see you're starting a brand new beginning. I also feel from the Gemini point of view, the tying up of paperwork is going to be required for that process as well, and that's near the solar eclipse in Gemini. I also feel there may be circumstances in your life that you need to move around, and this can be having deeper connections, really picking into who your tribe is. You know, you physically learned something. Now that you have the information at hand, it's what we're going to do with it. And I feel you actually steering the ship forward in a more healthy format. If you do find you're surrounding yourself with energies that are very, very negative, you will find it will start affecting you. And it can feel quite yuck in nature, point blank zero, because we do currently have Mars in the house of Cancer until the 11th of June, where it will transit over to the house of Leo. Now, at the moment, Mars is in the house, your 9th house. So there can be a lot of tension with schooling, education, getting everything done, people's value systems. And again, it should only resonate with you if you're giving these energies a little bit too much power. So, you know, step back from it and go, look, you do the best you can. It's all we ever can do. Try not to put too much pressure. This can be a family-related dynamic. It may be needing to travel around. You know, whatever that is that's playing out, if it's getting a little bit too much, step back. And again, we can only do what we're able to do, but try not to put too much pressure on yourself. But some of that energy is going to really lighten. You may be getting back on top of things and getting back into an equilibrium. And you'll find as we move beyond the 11th, it can be a little bit easier. And I say that knowing that we are moving towards another eclipse, but I still feel it'll be more manageable than where we currently are right now moving into this phase. Okay, where's the other aspect I need to mention? Creative pursuits are going to start blossoming, but I do feel some of you are spiritually wanting some more quality time, you know, to be able to have some rest, to be able to do some meditation, to connect in with your soul. And some of these things that you are doing are monetary, so you can do these things. It could be decorating your house. It might be moving things about. Responsibilities on the home front can be under review at this point. And again, if you are not having those healthy boundaries and people are placing expectations on you, this can be you not addressing your responsibilities inside of your duties in your day-to-day life. It can be really fine-tuning those things to get back into some sense of equilibrium. You'll find during Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, these things may come at you where you're reshifting your schedule about. But it's how it's impacting other areas of your life. And you can potentially look back to February at the beginning of the year when we did have the first Mercury retrograde, and it'll give you slight examples of what those themes can be. We also had Uranus and Taurus square in February. So we're moving towards our second square next month, and that is in the month of June. It is occurring on the 14th. It is Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn and Aquarius. And there can be some sudden changes and conflicts surrounding it. And I call it Forrest Gump like a box of chocolates because we don't know what we're going to get. This can be on a high octane. It can be benefits and finances and glory. On the lower, it can be sudden surprises, shifts and changes. It can feel as though a carpet is ripped out from with under you. And this will happen collectively as well as to us in our individual charts wherever we have that heavy Taurus placement. Now, inside of your chart at a collective level, this is your relationship sector. So these can be sudden changes for better or worse. This is causing you stress though. So if it's something that you're really not happy with, I always say universe gives you 3 warnings. There is discord here. If there is discord and the cycle hasn't been closed out, you've got to step back from the painting and say, why am I doing this? Do you see this in your higher good? Is there a balance? Is there a give and take? Are you able to achieve the circumstances you're doing? You may have been saying to yourself, look, it's okay, it's going to go away. And I feel if you've been selling yourself short, it's going to come back up again. And there could be some crossness towards this. I do feel this is playing out around the eclipse. So if the writing's on the wall, address it and you should be as grounded as possible. Now, inside of connections, I would say, jealousy, gossip, and misunderstandings can play out during this time. Try to be quite grounded. Try to not take things personal, but things that are hidden can be coming up. So forewarned, prearmed. The other thing I can say is people will feel fiercely independent. They won't want to be tied down. We can be getting bored very quickly, but it can be an extremely busy time. So if you do find that you're more forgetful during this transit, journal things down, get things in order. Really great time to clear your house. Do a smudging, sweep the floors, clear all the debris out. This should help with the spiritual support with the transit. And really, you know, have some quiet time alone to get the psychic downloads. Love and light. If you want a personal booking, at the end of this video, there's a little bit of information on how to join the Members Hub, which I do twin flame coaching in twice a month. I also have all the pre-release content in there, as well as at the top tier level, I do have all the extension reads for the psychic romance. So I'm live every Friday. Stay tuned for the rest of the information in this video, and I'll see you on Friday. Now, as I mentioned, these are the must-know dates for the astrology. The full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius at 5 degrees is occurring on the 26th of May 2021. Now, there can be, again, weather patterns 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and we do have the next solar eclipse, which is next month. The sun entered Gemini the 20th, so again you may find that your third eye and the things you're thinking about and your values, you may really be doing a lot to bring everything together, and it can be a busy time. Mercury goes retrograde from the 29th of May. Expect confusion and a lot moving. And Mars has been in Cancer from the 23rd and it leaves June the 11th. So yes, that tension point can be relieved, but get your home in order, try and keep grounded, and things should flow. But definitely you will find during this time it can be an extremely social but independent time. Now with Venus entering Gemini, which it did from the 9th of May, you may find that you do have a lot on your plate when it does come to your finances, when it does come to your social experiences, and you may have a lot of thoughts going through your mind. You may be looking at your day-to-day routine and what is going on in the forward movement of that. You also may feel fiercely independent and not want to be held down. This too shall pass, it's temporary. But this can be times when, with both Mercury moving into retrograde and Venus entering Gemini, well, which it was from the 9th, we will have communication from the past. Now, I'm also seeing with Saturn and Aquarius retrograding from the 23rd of May all the way through till October the 11th, you may be looking at circumstances surrounding group activities, but also social responsibilities. Now, next month we do have the solar eclipse in Gemini on the 10th of June, so do be prepared for that, as well as it is the North Node, so it will be amplified. We also have Saturn in Aquarius, as I mentioned, squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is occurring on the 14th, so pre-warned, forearmed. Now, if you want to join us for the webinar, the video up next shows you two things. It shows you where you can book private readings, how to get onto the website, and also how to join the Members Hub. So stay tuned for the update. Thanks for joining us here at YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you do want a personal booking, you can go to the link below. A lot of people ask me how to join the members area, so there is an information video up next after this. Yes, astrology updates, twin flame path, super chats every Friday. So please click the bell and subscribe. We cap them at $11 because the first tier level for the members for twin flame coaching is $11. So those of you who want to join the Members Hub, here is a small video relating to it. Now in this video, it's going to show you basically where you can locate it. You can find it in the information box in any video that is uploaded to YouTube. It's on the join section. On the main page, you can find it. When you go to the membership zone and you purchase the first tier level, you get the twin flame videos. Now they are still up there. You find them under the community tab, and that's for the pre-extended videos, and the extension reads members only. Now for the website, this is how the website looks on the main page, and should you need to go to it, you can press the link that does take you to the booking page. We have webinars, we have Skype, videos, and more. If you do want any of these, you have the information. I will see you during the month. Take very good care of yourselves, and I trust you like the content.